Hey there fellow guitar players, Haiko here for Guitar Bonedo and welcome to the channel. In today's audio comparison we will once again be looking at the topic of guitar strings. However, this time we're not concerned with the question of material or gauge, but rather how they are wound. Round wound strings are certainly the most common type and can be found across all styles, but there are also flat wound strings that are quite often used among jazz players. For the comparison, I'll be using Daddario Nickel Wound EXL115BT Strings and the Flatwound Chromes, both in the gauge of 011 to 050. Let's hear what the differences are.
Okay, although I actually know both types of strings well and use them on a regular basis, I was extremely surprised by the results of the audio files. Although the feel of the two string types is very different, the tonal differences are much smaller than I expected. My impression is also that the unamplified sound makes the differences between the two types much more recognizable than it is the case with amplification. The basic statement that flat wound strings sound somewhat darker and warmer is absolutely correct, but you're not entering a completely different sound world here. With cleans, the slightly more prominent overtones of the round wounds are definitely recognizable nuances, but everything is within a ballpark that could also be adjusted by EQ or amp settings. The difference is most noticeable with crunchy rock riffs on the bass strings where round wounds are a little punchier. However, the full truth is that the comparison was made with fresh strings and must therefore be taken with a pinch of salt. Connoisseurs of flat wounds know that the typical flat wound sound only emerges after a certain amount of playing time, which can sometimes take weeks. The difference between the two types of winding therefore becomes greater the longer they are played. In addition to sound considerations, the playing feel is of course also decisive and every player feels differently. Personally, I really like the smooth feel of flat wounds, especially when changing positions, but the grip of wound strings also gives me a certain stability due to their frictional resistance. I also have the purely subjective impression that the vibration behavior is livelier with round wounds and that the instrument gives me more back. Therefore, my recommendation is to adapt the playing feel and tonal preferences to your personal liking when choosing the winding type. In terms of sound, you can achieve excellent results with both types of strings. So much for today. If you're interested in buying these strings, you can support our channel by using the link below this video. As always, if you wish, feel free to subscribe. I hope to see you next time. Bye.